both guys.
Thank you so much.
I love both guys. I had a conversation with Stephen A. about it, and I told him I was Brown. I'd have walked up on him the same way.
I'm going to drop the mic on all of this right now, once and for all.
Stephen A. Smith is out here losing it, and Dwyane Wade, he's just kicking back, loving every second of the chaos. It all started when Stephen tried to stir the pot about LeBron James dropping some shady takes that didn't sit right with Wade. And Dwyane, he wasn't about to let that slide. He pulled up with receipts and shut it all down in style.
That's my job. That's my job. I'm supposed to ignore that while he's wearing a Lakers uniform?
But instead of falling back, Stephen went full meltdown mode, spiraling into a wild rant on his show. And now, he's flipping the script, blaming Wade for attacking him.
So we got the Draymond Greens out there with his damn podcast. For some reason, suddenly forgetting my character and who I am, and he's talking about yo.
Like he didn't start the whole mess. The back and forth has gotten messy fast. From fiery talk show clapbacks to Twitter fingers doing overtime, the beef is blowing up in real time. But what's really got Stephen so pressed? Why is the internet dragging him like this? Let's break it down. Dwyane Wade and LeBron James go way back, like 2003 NBA draft back. They came into the league together, became legends on the court, and even snagged 2 championship rings with the Miami Heat. Their bond unbreakable. Even Stephen had to admit that there's something different about their friendship, but what really touched fans was how hard Wade came to LeBron's defense, proving once again he's ride or die for his boy.
They talk about LeBron James, and they were talking about who's his best teammate ever, and they brought up Anthony Davis, and they brought up Kyrie Irving. I said, Dwyane Wade.
During his appearance on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn with Carmelo Anthony, Wade didn't hold back. He opened up about his ties with both LeBron and Stephen, and he even revealed he had a private convo with Smith after all the viral drama hit the internet. And what did Wade tell him straight to his face? That if he were a father in LeBron's shoes, he would have checked Stephen the exact same way.
I have a personal relationship with Stephen A. Obviously, my relationship with Bron and my relationship with Bron is documented.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And I have a relationship with Stephen A. as well. And so we talk. You know what I mean? I'm not talking out of school. Me and him text back and forth about the situation.
Wade also threw in a heavy truth, saying the fact that LeBron even got up in Stephen's face was wild since King James is usually chill and never one to blow up like that. But the moment that really pushed LeBron over the edge, it was seeing Stephen sitting there all calm right after running his mouth about LeBron's son in front of the whole world. That was the line. And for Dwyane, it all added up. He straight up told Stephen he understood exactly why LeBron lost it.
I told him, as a father, I'm walking up on you.
Right.
Now, Stephen, he wasn't feeling that at all. He got salty about LeBron stepping to him during their moment on Gil's Arena. On his show, he went off calling LeBron weak for confronting him in front of the cameras like that. But Wade wasn't about to let Stephen trash his boy like that. No way. At the same time, he wasn't trying to add more heat to the drama either. So he hit Stephen with a wild twist. He told him that LeBron coming at him like that was actually a compliment in disguise.
I get it, because I'm like that too. Like I'm at you.
Of course.
But also, you know what I told him, I said, and I think we've never seen LeBron do that. Like we've never seen, like LeBron don't even go back at players that foul him too hard on the court. We've never seen him be, like he's always been just even keel and level headed in every aspect. And sometimes you want him to jump. Sometimes you want him to go, and he won't.
Yep, Dwyane flipped the script. He pointed out that Stephen's got one of the loudest voices in the NBA world. And now he's basically the face of ESPN. LeBron confronting him on camera, that meant something. It meant Stephen's words mattered, even if it came out messy.
What do you make of LeBron confronting you in the aftermath of that situation?
I thought it was weak. I thought it was some.
Still, Wade knew this wasn't normal. A top-tier NBA legend pressing a sports analyst during a game, that ain't regular. It's the kind of stuff that makes headlines and shakes up the whole sports world. But through it all, Dwyane stayed solid. In the interview, he kept it respectful and real. No mess, no shade, just facts. He said what needed to be said and kept it classy. Now, did that calm things down? Not really, because this is Stephen A. Smith we're talking about. The man lives for the smoke. So, of course, he had to jump on his show and respond to what Wade said.
But, you know, I told him, I said, you know, Stephen, I think the one thing is, and first of all, I take it as that's a sign of respect that LeBron did that to you.
Yeah.
And here's the plot twist. Stephen actually thanked Dwyane for keeping it real and clearing things up. Shocking, right? Dwyane didn't make it seem like Stephen betrayed a buddy or anything. Because let's be real, Stephen and LeBron were never tight like that. Wade straight up said it. Those two barely ever saw eye to eye. And Stephen? He doubled down. Just like Melo pointed out, this tension's been simmering for years. Steven said what really grinds his gears is that folks out here are skipping over the real story. Melo and D-Wade kept it real, he said. But me and LeBron, we got no relationship. He don't mess with me and I don't mess with him. I respect him big time, but that's it.
Your microphone is the loudest. Your platform is the biggest. And also you're a black man.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what I mean? So you got to understand, you know, where he's coming from with that. If he even approached you, because yes, the Skip Bayless of the world and all these guys have said things about him his entire career and he's been above it. He stayed quiet above it and did his thing. And so that meant something. That's respect right there for what everything you built. We know Stephen A. from Quite Frankly. We know Stephen A. when he was on the come up. And so that's respect.
Then, Steven got into why he's been talking about this incident nonstop on every show he pops up on. People are asking, why didn't you just say it to LeBron's face that night? Well, Steven's got an answer. Turns out he didn't want to blow things up. Me and LeBron don't roll like that, he said. We're high and by. He don't got use for me, and trust me, I don't got use for him either. And then he really let it fly, saying that what LeBron did was wild. Because Bron pulled up on him knowing Steven wouldn't respond unless he was ready to start a full-blown scene. And this all went down courtside with cameras everywhere on the very day Steven's new ESPN deal was being celebrated across the country.
You know, it's a touchy situation because we've never seen this before. We've never seen this before when it comes to son, father, what do you say, what don't you say, you know, in that aspect. So I don't know if it's a right answer, but I would have walked up on him and said something too.
But Steven made it clear that drama ain't stopping him from doing his job. And then came the backlash. Folks started accusing him of trashing Bronny James, and Steven snapped back hard. He said he never disrespected that young man, period. He's got receipts too. Full-on video proof that he never came for Bronny. And if people keep running with that lie, he's ready to shut it down fast.
Because I want to put an end once and for all to this discussion about yours truly and LeBron James in light of what happened last week. Dwyane Wade and Carmelo Anthony, both of whom know LeBron very well, weighed in on the situation between me and LeBron.
Steven did admit that Dwyane Wade pulled him aside to talk things through. And yeah, he even threw in a little love for his longtime buddy. But that calm vibe didn't last long. Midway through his rant, Steven lost it. Dude was straight up yelling into the mic like he was in a rap battle. And here's the wild part. Despite all the heat he's caught online, Steven made it crystal clear he's not taking back a single word. You'd think by now he might step back, take a breath, and realize how he could have dodged this whole circus. But nope. At this point, it's looking like Steven's just milking the drama. Fans are catching on too.
I think his wife is the first lady of the NBA, class personified. I think his mom is an absolutely wonderful woman. I don't have to talk to Randy much. That's a good brother. Rich Paul and me are pretty damn cool. Rich is good people. Bronny James, that is not true. To the James family and all your close confidants and loved ones, that is not true. I have video, documentation.
One person commented, "For the last time, bro, you've said this like 3 times already." Another wrote, "You don't want this to end, you're obsessed with this conversation." And honestly, even LeBron seems tired of it all. Yep. The King finally broke his silence. On the Pat McAfee show, LeBron fired back, calling out Steven for dragging this whole thing way too far. Like, it's been weeks and he's still spinning the same story on repeat. LeBron even threw some serious shade, comparing Steven to Taylor Swift on tour. No joke. The Lakers star said, "He's on a Taylor Swift tour run right now." Then he added, "I wasn't even planning to respond. I didn't want to say anything. But now that the video's out, I feel like I have to." And then LeBron dropped the mic with this. "Math? Are you kidding me? If anyone was counting the seconds till that video dropped just to go off about it, yo, it was you, Steven." Oh, and LeBron didn't hold back. He straight up said confronting Steven was a waste of time, because dude didn't get the message at all. Like, completely missed the whole point. LeBron made it clear, "Never have I ever tried to stop people from talking about basketball. Go ahead, critique the game, that's your job. But the second it gets personal, that's where the line gets drawn. It's my duty to protect my household," LeBron said, and that means protecting the players too.
D. Wade is told 1,000% truth when he said what he texted me and said to me, because we do have a relationship. I love that brother. That's my dog.
And here's the kicker. LeBron already knows what's next. He's convinced Steven's gonna drop another video just to keep the spotlight on himself. And honestly, he's probably right. And he's not the only one who sees it coming. Even Draymond Green jumped in on this mess, and he had words for Steven. Draymond said what a lot of folks are thinking, Steven is doing too much dragging this way beyond basketball, and then he hit him with some real talk.
I would never call out somebody as a father for stuff that's going on in the privacy of your life in your home, but I cover the NBA. And what I was talking about when it came to fatherhood was what we were seeing on an NBA basketball court. That's my job. That's my job.
Where we come from calling somebody's actions BS or calling a man weak, those are fighting words. That kind of talk can get you touched in real life. He didn't stop there either. Draymond said the way Steven handled the whole thing was off, completely off. The Golden State Warrior made it very clear. Calling another man weak, that's not part of the game. That's not hoops, that's something else entirely. And that's exactly what LeBron was saying from day one.
It's a week later, and I'm not gonna talk about this anymore. But let me say this to y'all. It's a week later. I'm not backing up from a word I said. I was right. I was doing my job. And in the process of doing my job, I wasn't doing my job when I didn't talk about him.
Steven wanted to call him weak for stepping up face to face, but he was out here taking shots at the man as a father, behind a mic on national TV. Most people would agree, calling a man weak for protecting his family, that's real weak. Draymond even called it out. You're on national TV tearing down a black father just because his son made it to the league? How does that make sense? He added. I can't respect that, honestly. It's clear LeBron's not standing alone in this. A lot of people have stepped up to defend him, but let's not act like everyone's on his side either.
And I know he's gonna be happy as hell. He's gonna be smiling from ear to ear when he hears me talking about him again. Oh my God, he's gonna get home and grab some ice cream out of the freezer and sit in his chair in his tighty whities on the couch.
I hope at some point you two do get a chance.
Yeah,
But you're right.
Dude, relax, bro. Relax. Seriously, just,
Take Candace Owens, for example. She came in hot, saying if LeBron insists on putting Bronny in the spotlight, he better be ready for the smoke too. According to her, you can't expect to shield your kid from criticism if you've got him playing on the biggest stage in the game. Then there's Ryan Clark, former Super Bowl champ, yes, and his take was powerful. He said, I'm not LeBron, yes, but I am a father, and I die for mine. He completely got where LeBron was coming from, but he also kept it real, telling LeBron that if Bronny's stepping into the NBA as a pro, then the critiques come with the territory. Clark added that Bronny's not just any rookie. Yeah, he gets criticized more than any other 55th pick, he admitted. But he also gets more love, more money, and way more opportunities than the rest, all because of who his dad is. And honestly, that part's hard to deny. Meanwhile, the man caught in the middle, Bronny James, hasn't said a word. Silent, not a peep. He stayed completely out of the spotlight while this whole media circus spins around him. Bronny James, through all this noise, has been staying low-key, letting his game do the talking. During the Lakers' recent clash with the Milwaukee Bucks, the rookie stepped up big time. Coming off the bench, Bronny dropped a career-high 17 points in 30 minutes. And yeah, even Stephen A. had to give it up. I was very impressed, he admitted. I saw an elevation in his confidence and poise.
If you are trying to make the argument, LeBron, that your son is ready to play in the big leagues, then he has to be ready to deal with the criticism, okay? That's just how this works.
That's right. Even the loudest critic couldn't deny the growth. Steven noted Bronny didn't look shaky like before. He looked ready. He looked like someone who belonged on that court. Sure, it helped that the Lakers were missing some key names. No LeBron, no Luka, no Rui Hachimura, and no Austin Reeves. That gave Bronny the space to shine, but still, when the moment came, he delivered. So credit where it's due. But here's the thing, just because Steven tossed out a few compliments now, doesn't mean Dwyane Wade and LeBron are suddenly backing down. Not even close. They've seen this pattern before. Steven's been controversial for years, man. He's still out here doubling down, insisting he's right. So now we gotta ask, what's next? Did D Wade say what needed to be said? Is Steven ever gonna let this go? Or is he just getting warmed up again? We wanna hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Whose side are you on, and where do you think this saga is heading? Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with your people, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a moment. Catch you in the next one.